What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of What's on the Table. This month, June 2016, we're going to show you with our... Alright, June 2016, some more video games to show you. We got a new guy in the room here.
What's up going on, guys?
This is Martin.
He's joined the KO Retro family.
Yep, he's going to see him in some gaming videos, I'm sure, and I'm sure everybody recognizes Jimmy. And of course, you got us too.
Yep. The assholes.
Yep.
I guess I'm gonna kick it off then. I've got some gold here as usual.
Non-stop with Mike in these flea markets. He just gets games left and right.
Yes.
I'm actually kind of jealous.
So,
Makes me sick.
Two games. One from Sound Go Round, the other one from the flea market. First one is Choo Choo Rocket for the Sega Dreamcast.
Nice.
Yeah.
I played this game before. I've had fun with it. It's not a lot. It's more of like a puzzler.
Actual special thing about that is the first online game for the Dreamcast.
Yeah?
Oh, really?
I ended up getting that game for free.
It actually says it too. Online multiplayer. So the next game I got is a PlayStation game. I got this from the flea market, and this was actually free because I bought a few other games, but this is Twisted Metal.
I remember playing that on the PlayStation at a friend's house, and I just had so much fun with it. They all had like crazy names too, like the
Sweet Tooth.
one looked like the Lamborghini's the Crimson Fury, and you had the Yellow Jacket's a fucking taxi cab.
It's always a taxi cab, actually. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump in here. I got one Super Nintendo game this month, and don't really know much about it except that the Genesis version is actually better. And you're not gonna hear me say that too often. But Tasmania. Yeah, got this one complete in box, pretty cool. Haven't played it yet, really. I mean, I played it when I was younger, but I'm looking at the screenshots in the back, man,
It's a running game.
yeah, I know.
I was gonna say that looks totally different from the Sega Genesis version.
Yeah,
It is.
Sega's the
It
side
is?
scroller. That's
Yeah,
like
Sega. I love the Sega
Yeah.
version. Sega was my favorite. Like
Yeah.
that was one of my favorite games when I was a kid.
Yeah, I actually never played
Tasmania. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody used to watch the cartoon? They used to
Tasmania?
show?
Yeah, of
Tasmania. And his dad, you know what I mean, always drinking a glass of OJ. Blah blah blah. Yakety schmaggety. That's a nice pickup.
Hell yeah.
so long. Yeah. Well, what I got was Deja Vu. And this is actually the free game I got, and I like it. It's a point and click, and that's about it. You're amnesiac. That's pretty much Deja Vu. You're a detective trying to find out who the hell you are.
Hold on, wait a minute. Said he's a detective who's trying to find out who he is?
Yeah, you wake up in a bathroom stall. So
What? That's a good concept. I like it.
yeah, and all you have is a jacket, and then you have to search the jacket. And there's a wallet and all this other crap, and that's how you start.
I think as a detective, he'd be in the police force and people would know
No,
who he is.
That makes sense. Like, look at the cover of the game. He's holding a picture of himself. You know what I mean? He's like spying on himself.
Yeah.
But then you got this other like vague character in black back there. I don't know what's going on. And then some lady up on the. I think we're looking too
Oh,
deep
it's the,
into it. You know what I mean? Like,
it's the neighborhood watch guy.
It is nice.
Oh yeah, and I got another point-and-click adventure, Shadowgate, and yeah, it's pretty much like D&D, but from the same guys that made Deja Vu, and I plan on beating both of these games.
Shadowgate's good. I've played that one. Never got far, but that's a lot of fun to play.
I guess I'm gonna kick it off here again with 4 titles from the N64. I got these all from the flea market. I'm very happy with all of them. South Park Rally. Never played it, so I can't tell you much about it.
Not fun, like you, they point you in a direction to go, and it's never really a real racing game, because you're racing around town, and it's like figure 8, and it's like, why am I playing this game?
Why am I playing this?
You gotta play it to understand how bad that game really is.
Turn it off and actually just watch South Park
When
instead.
you
You know
have
what I mean?
other good kart racing games on the N64.
Shit, like half the N64 library was like racing games anyway. You know what I mean? It was like all racing games.
Okay, well, the next one I got. The next one I got is South Park. And I actually played this game, you know, when I was little, I enjoyed it just because, like, it was everything that your parents didn't want you to play.
Yeah, when that show came
I like
out,
that
it was
game
like
too.
it was like a big deal when it came out. That show,
It was.
because it was like really bad.
It
you
was,
know,
and then like I remember my parents telling me to change the channel, and so I would go up to my room, close the door, and then turn the TV on and go to South Park. I mean, like I watched it, and,
Yeah.
and look at me.
yeah, exactly.
The next title I got is Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I mean, it's pretty much the old games on, you know, a newer console, but I figure it'd be good to have, like, you know,
Especially for KO versus.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
We'll get into that one.
It's
Yeah.
definitely a decent one for a launch title too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was that a launch title?
Yeah, it was.
No shit.
Nice.
I know there was the Killer Instinct Gold, which I've mixed opinions on that one. You know?
Really?
Yeah, you
I
know.
love Killer Instinct
love
Gold.
Killer
I love the shit out of Killer Instinct Gold.
I think it's probably because I'm just not good at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, like.
And the final N64 title that I have is Banjo-Kazooie. Now,
Yeah.
I played a little bit of it. I mean, from the sound of it, it seems like you played it all through.
Oh yeah.
And for me, even playing a little bit of it, I like it a lot. I really do, and I'm happy to own it now. So that's my N64 grabs for the month.
All right, I think I'm gonna jump in here, and I got some Sega cartridges here. The first one is Bart versus the Space Mutants. I originally played this when it first came out, but I was never really good at it, and hasn't really changed. I haven't really gotten past the first level, to be honest with you. So, I mean, but it's really fun, you know. I like the background, the scenery, and the music is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
So.
Prank phone calls to Mo.
I played it too, and I never got past the
Yeah,
first level.
it's really hard. It's really challenging. You know?
I don't know my Sega like these guys do,
Yeah.
but when he walked in here with that game, I'm like, on the Sega? You know, because I have that on the original
Yeah.
Nintendo. I didn't even know that existed.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was a huge Sega fan. All right, well, my next one here, I got Frogger. Everybody knows about that one. You know, it's really
Classic arcade.
classic arcade game. You know,
Can't beat that.
Frog crossing the street, pretty much.
It's
You
so
know?
classic that they
Yeah.
even reference it in like newer games, like Retro City Rampage.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
It's an
Yeah.
episode of Seinfeld as well.
Yeah, it is. The whole episode, the truck smashes the arcade machine. I remember that.
That just tells you right
Yeah.
there how much of a timeless classic
It is.
that
You
game
know,
Yeah.
you can still kind of pick it up today and have fun for it. But the final one, you kind of just picked it up. You gotta have your Sonics for your Sega Genesis. You
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
First one, it's super fun, classic. It's it's an entitled its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonic before he had green eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean-
first time like a Nintendo fanboy, it made me turn my head. I'm like, oh, it's really cool.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
was probably one of the first games I've ever played for Sega. So
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
All right, well, I guess I'm next. So I'm gonna talk about some of the NES games I got here. Now I got a handful of games that came complete in box, but I'm not gonna talk about those ones right now. I got 4 NES games here that did not come with a box or anything. I just got these cartridges loose. This one here is Dare the Danger with Cabal. Now, I mean, the only other Milton Bradley game I played on the system was Abadox, and it's a side-scrolling shooter. You know, you gotta take control of a little dude in a spacesuit. And I like that game. It's kind of weird, so I really don't know what to expect from this. I'm hoping kind of a Contra.
Well, it's a rare game, so we have to hope for the best.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah, we were looking up the info on the game. Apparently, Rare developed it, so this is in the early days. We'll find out. The next one I got here is David Crane's A Boy and His Blob. Now, this is pretty cool because I played this game when I was younger, and a lot of people don't really like this one, and I don't know why. I mean, I know it's frustrating because you don't always really know what you're supposed to do, what kind of like jelly bean you're supposed to give the damn thing.
They
But
actually.
I've never heard of that game.
They actually made one for the Wii.
And they have one for the Wii. They re-released it for the Xbox One and PS4, and that's also it has a Game Boy sequel as well. The Game Boy sequel is horrendous.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the next game I got here, and I've been meaning to pick this one up, actually is all the ones that I'm missing, but Mega Man 4. Yeah, I got Mega Man 1 through 3 right now, so now 4, finally. You know I'm going to pick up 6 pretty soon because that's kind of cheap, but 5 is, like, ungodly expensive, you know what I mean? Of course,
It's so
there's
weird.
got to be 1, you know? But this is actually my second favorite of the original 6. I like 2 the best, like most everyone else, or 3, but I like this one better than 3. I like Dustman and Pharaoh Man. Like I just really like the gameplay and the music and the bosses in this game. It's
I
awesome.
think that's the first one where you could actually start charging your weapon
Yep.
too.
Right.
Yeah,
Buster.
Mega Buster. Yep, became a staple of the series after that. All right, well the last one I got here, and this is my first Color Dreams game, and I got Metal Fighter. Now I laughed it off when I first picked it up. I'm like, this can't be any good. But Mike reassured
actually
me.
played it.
He's
It
just
is
like,
good.
no, that's a good one. I'm like, all right, you
It
know.
is
Then
a good
you
one.
ended up getting on the computer and showing me some footage of the game. I'm like, you know what? Because I haven't even played it yet, but I was looking at it. I'm like, it looks pretty solid. So I'm gonna have to give this one a shot. But I'm just happy to have one of these Freak Misfit cartridges on the shelf now. You know what I mean? Like I got Tengen games and I got one Camerica game or.
Oh, it's the gold.
Oh yeah, it's Camerica. So yeah.
Did you ever see the ones that has a switch on the back?
Yeah, it's
I
got
hate
the
those
switch.
things.
Only use this position if the game does not work with the other position.
That's
More
saying
or
a
less,
lot.
yeah. You know?
Yeah, that says a lot for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These are my unboxed NES games for the month.
I got some more unboxed NES games. I got Zexies. And that sounds sexy. So, this
Sexy
game.
Zexies.
Yeah, this is kind of a really
Zexies.
interesting game. It's like Blaster Master, and Zelda 2, I guess.
I love Blastmaster.
Xerxes is actually a pretty solid title.
It's partially like R-Type as well, so if you played R-Type, some of the missions are like that. It's pretty
Yeah.
well-rounded and diverse, so I like that game, but I also love this game. It's Little Nemo in Dreamland. A Capcom game, and it's relatively difficult.
Have you ever even heard of that game? Yeah.
It's really, really difficult. I beat it when I was younger, but, you know, I got old, and with getting old, you can't really beat those games anymore, but I will beat it again. And I also have Zoda's Revenge,
Never
Star
played
Tropics
that.
2. This game has amazing music, it's a great story, you go through time,
so underrated.
and
It's very underrated.
the graphics, the gameplay, everything about the first one's been so much improved with it, and it's just a great game.
I don't know how big of a following Star Tropics really had to begin with, but I would have pushed to make that for the Super Nintendo personally.
They didn't because they're trying to push the length of the Nintendo. That's why they released the top loading
Yeah.
system and like
Pretty
Tetris
sure
2 and
that
all
was
that.
one of the last official releases, I think. Yeah.
It could have been on the Super Nintendo. It was good enough.
So,
All right.
What do you want to take? Just a quick breather here
Yeah.
for a second? Yeah. Let's spread out for a second. It's a little fucking warm in here.
All right.
You know?
So, the guys have taken off, and it's just me. Let me tell you something here. And these guys really own their games. These are all mine. All mine. You hear me? What's up, guys?
This looks. I really want to play
This
this.
shit just pisses me off.
He's
Look
got
at
a
him.
picture of himself.
He's got a picture of himself. He admires himself first off.
What's he doing with his hand?
He's got
No,
a
but it makes
no.
sense after what Jimmy
It
said.
all makes sense now. Look at this. Look at this. I've discovered this. Like I didn't even have to play this, and I know what's going on. There's a girl up on the balcony. He's wondering how to talk to her, so he's gonna send her a picture of himself.
It's released on the NES, but they re-released
Oh,
the game
God.
In
on
the
Game Boy
picture,
Color.
he's
They
holding
gave
a
you two
picture.
games in
Yeah.
one.
How is this possible?
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, I like shit like that when you wake up and you're like, fuck.
Yeah,
We're back. 2 games and 1 very, very cool accessory. First, I'm gonna kick it off with Clue Clue Land, and I guess this has got the Nintendo Black Seal, so it's one of the first releases.
Let me see, was it the Black Circle?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's it. That means the first run.
So-
I don't know if there was ever a second run on Clue Clue Land or any of these like black box
Probably
titles.
not.
Really happy to have this. You know what I mean?
You ever played that
I've
one?
never played it, but I'm happy to have it just because it's one of those. If it's a first run, it's something like it's like a rare first edition Pokemon card.
Yeah, I don't know how
I want
rare it is, but they are uncommon. And Clue Clue Land's kind of a cool puzzle game. I mean, you play this sea urchin. I think that's what he is. Anyway,
It looks like a sea urchin.
yeah, you're going along like a grid, and you grab a block, and he'll swing him in another direction, and then you got to get all the coins and avoid the enemies. It's pretty simple, but it gets tough. Pretty cool game.
The next game I got is Kid Icarus.
Yeah.
Man.
Now, I've never played this game, but I have saw a review on this game, and this game is good. So I can't wait to play it myself.
It's
Yeah.
hard.
I was gonna say, I think I speak for everyone in this room, besides Mike, that we're all jealous that you got that.
Yeah.
The whole storyline is, I like Greek mythology, so I could definitely get down with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a really cool idea.
Yeah, I
for a
like
game.
Greek mythology too.
Yeah.
Mythology.
There's
So, there's 4 of us, but obviously there is
a
one
5th in the room that we didn't tell you about.
that we didn't. And his
Oh.
name
Uh-oh.
is Rob the Robot.
Robotic operating buddy. There he is.
Don't mind the pussies in the back. Fuck you, Rob.
Rob has no ability to press buttons. He has none of his pieces here, but it's still Rob. How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? I'm really happy to have him. Got him at the flea market. I'm happy to own him. He's gonna sit, like, as a trophy on my shelf. He's joined the KO Retro game.
You need the amiibo so you can put it between his hands, too. So he's
Yeah,
holding
yeah.
himself.
I think, speaking, about the show KO versus Rob, at least out of the two of us, Rob's the only one who's undefeated.
Yeah,
It's fuck you, Rob.
yeah. Piece of shit.
He can't lose.
He's staring right at you, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Staring it right at Martin's pocket.
There's really nothing in there, dude. So, I don't know.
And he's standing there too, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just-
Where are the gyros?
Alright, I got one here from my N64. Really fun game. When I played it back in the day. Diddy
Oh,
Kong
yeah.
Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing
Diddy-
is so good.
Diddy Kong
Yes.
Racing, I like it because there's different vehicles in it. You know, you
Yeah.
can drive an airplane, the classic.
That
Car-
has a
and then a
special place.
hovercraft.
Yeah, hovercraft too,
Yeah.
which is really fun.
We used to play this game all the time, and the thing with Diddy Kong Racing is while they're racing on a car, you can be flying the plane.
plane,
So
yeah.
like,
I always
it's,
like the
it's the
planes,
vehicle.
yeah.
Super fun.
It's
Yeah.
the vehicle that you choose.
Yeah,
You know what I
it's
mean?
super fun. Like way
One
different.
mechanic in this game I thought was always really cool is that when you get a power up and you save it and you get the same kind of power up later on, it just keeps multiplying. Like it gets better and better. Like
Yeah.
for example, the missiles. If you got a missile, the next time you got one, it's a homing missile, and then the third time you got one, you got 10 missiles.
Yeah, it
You
was
know?
like I loved it. It's always a game, me and my best friends just played and had like fun for hours. So I mean, special place in my heart too.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm gonna come in here next. I got 4 boxed NES games here, and actually none of them are really all that great. But I'm a sucker for boxes. So whenever I see these things, I have them. I'm like drawn to them. I gotta buy them, especially if they're cheap. And I did have any of these games. So the first one is Swords and Serpents. Now it says the ultimate role-playing game for the NES. Now I call bullshit on that. I really do. Yeah, and you get these screenshots on the back. Like, look at this guy right here. It's just like some of these.
Terrible.
It's not Goblin.
Oh my god, yeah, Snot Goblin. I don't know, maybe it is really good. Maybe it is the ultimate role-playing game on the NES, and no, this has slipped under everybody's nose. I doubt it. Is this how they fight?
Yeah, I don't know.
Is this what
You
they
see this
do?
guy?
Yeah, I was gonna
Yeah.
say, is this what they do?
He's in his Fabio stance.
Oh man.
That pose is killing me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
Well, the next one I got anyway is the Karate Kid. Oh yeah, alright, the fucking Karate Kid, everybody's favorite game. But again, I didn't have this one, I knew what I was into, but I got it dirt cheap. And in the box, it's not complete, it doesn't have the manual or anything, but the Karate Kid, why not?
What the hell's going on here? Is this like one of those Mortal Kombat show your mights kind of
I
things?
think so, it's probably gotta be like a mini game. Alright, so the third game I got here, oh boy, Dobu Naga's Ambition. Now the first thing I gotta say about this game is I love how the cartridge itself, and you'll see it in the picture, I love how the cartridge itself is different than the cover art. I mean, they're totally different. Now, I didn't play this game. Again, it was complete in box. And, this one has the manual. And I'm looking at the back, and this just looks damn complicated. You know what I mean? There's like, stats. And, well, stats aren't a problem, but I'm saying, like, this is like spreadsheets and charts all over the place. I haven't even tried it. Man, I like strategy games, too, but I'm talking more like Advanced Wars and Fire Emblem, that sort of thing.
It is a bestseller in Japan.
It is
I don't know
the
if you can-
bestseller
Yeah, the
in
bestseller.
Japan.
So, totally different lifestyle, I'm guessing, from us being a kid, I guess.
Yeah. The final game here I got for the month, and this one I'm actually really excited to get. It's kind of an odd game, getting back on that whole point and click thing, but I wanted to have this one, and I got a good deal on it. Nightshade. And you take control of the neighborhood watch guy. And this is a strange game. First time I ever saw anything about this game, I watched a JonTron review, and that was a sweet video. But I had to play it for myself once I saw it, 'cause it's hilarious. You know what I mean? It's this weird hybrid of like a platforming and point and click. I mean, it doesn't really know what it wants to be.
It looks like the neighborhood pervert, to be honest.
Yeah.
I guess,
Yeah.
that's okay.
It looks like the neighborhood idiot. And it's just like, waving his arm and shit. Like there's nothing
Shitty
there.
guy, but
Then
whatever.
then you got Anubis
Yeah.
on the moon.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
Yeah.
know. This is lots going on here.
I
guys.
It
know.
looks like Darkman, the
Yeah.
cover for Darkman.
But anyway, happy to pick up Nightshade.
I'm gonna take you all to the future. I got PS4 games. I got Elder Scrolls Online because it was cheap.
I've heard
And
nothing
it's-
but good things about that.
It's a lot of fun. I
Yeah.
stole way too much stuff, and now they're after me. So
Now they're after me.
still staying in the future for this one. I got Until Dawn. And this game is pretty much a successor to our point-and-click adventures that we've been playing so far. But this one actually has a point, and every choice actually matters, and if you make the wrong choice, someone dies. If you make the right choice, someone dies.
I like it. Yeah.
I see that this game is sealed. Have you played it yet?
I actually borrowed it from Josh, from Just Josh, so I was able to actually play that, and it's a lot of fun. I didn't get to beat it, but I'm going to beat it probably next weekend. So
Josh is usually into the modern games, and he generally gravitates towards these darker ones. You know what I mean? So I mean, good for him. It's always fascinating watching the videos.
So, I'm very happy to get this system. You know what I mean? It's one of those that was high on my list. I'm a fan of Sega. Sega before Nintendo, but I like them both. You know what I mean? I got the Dreamcast. Looks so pretty. And thank you, Tom. Tom cleaned this up when he first got it. It was
smoky and grimy, and it looked like some kid had basically wiped all the Dorito slime off his face and just rubbed his hand right into all the cracks. Oh yeah, you know how these old systems.
Yeah,
look when you
but
first get 'em.
like I said, and no regrets about saying it. He's a master at making these things look brand new.
Well,
pretty
thanks. I appreciate that.
much. The Dreamcast has no protection on it. So if like you wanted to like
Get it
download a
pregnant.
game, and if you wanted to download a game and put it on the CD and pop it right in, yeah, you can do that. You
Yeah.
can play it. You know, now to say
It's a pirate's dream.
I don't believe in piracy. You know what I mean? For educational
Like
purposes
hell
only.
you don't, you know?
Yeah.
Well, that's the end of the pickups for the month anyway. I mean, that's all we got. But we would like to give a couple of shout-outs here. And the first one I want to give a shout-out to is Retro Robbie. Now, generally, this guy does a lot of pickup videos, and he's recently been doing some shout-out videos, and I think it's pretty cool. I like his channel a lot. The guy's been supporting us from an earlier time, and I can't thank him enough for it. Check out his channel.
The second shout out we want to give to is Sound Go Round. Things that I can name off the bat with Sound Go Round is the fact that one, they don't have just video games. They've got figures. They have comic books. They have
movies, they got records, CDs, cassettes, anything you want, media.
media. Whereas, you know, Robot has the arcade. They have variety in media.
I'm just starting my collection, and honestly, that's probably the place I'm going to keep going back to.
Yeah.
To expand.
It's nice to dig through old dust, you know what I mean, and come up with a fair price.
Another shout out I'd like to make out is for We Guys 8-Bit Stereo. He has phenomenal stereo renditions of 8-bit games, and I
So
have gone on YouTube on long hard drives just to listen to his music because it sounds beautiful and it's all in 8-bit glory.
It's all in stereo, like true stereo. You put it into your headphones and it's coming in both ears and like different parts of the instruments. I've used his music on some of our videos in the past. Excellent job. I don't know how you do it. It's some black witchcraft there, but keep it up, man. You know what I mean? This guy's putting out videos like every week too. You know what I mean? You know, soundtracks. So that's really cool.
And he's
Nice.
super polite. Like, you send him a message, he responds, and, you know, he's always amicable, so I really
Yeah.
like that.
I mean, we're tying it up.
That's the end right there. So if you like the video, hit that like button and subscribe to our channel too, KO Retro. You know, it always helps.
Always helps.
Tell your friends.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, get us to 100 subscribers.
100 subscribers. And
We're almost there.
Get us to 100 subscribers, and we'll come up with something good for you guys to get us to 200. I'm not gonna say if it's a giveaway or some kind of a contest, but that's probably what it's gonna be.
Yeah,
So I mean, you know what I mean? Like,
you know,
yeah.
pretty much.
But anyway, thanks for watching. Guess we'll see you next time.
Later.